Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, but whatever time of day it is for you, good day. Welcome to a chill Sunday night stream. As you can see, we're going back to working some Warhammer 40k mobs. Now, I'm not completely done with that battle tank we're working on, Predator. It's mostly done. It's like there's some touch-ups I could do here and there to pretty it up. I'll admit I'm not too much of a perfectionist when it comes to this. I do want something to look good, but I know my limits, to be fair. And I think it looks pretty good. Hold up, let me get that. Let me look at that. So, yeah. Oh, and I got the Magnus working. Like I did this off stream, and I accidentally got the Magnus upside down for some of the pieces. Here, let's do this to be able to see it better with the last cannon. Where I got those bits. Here we go. Look at this. Whoop. See? Magnetized. I don't know why the magnets are... What happened to this one? It wasn't like that last time. The magnets are kind of like sticking out of there. Let me just... okay. There, that should be better. Perfect. And Magnus kind of rolls up on this one too. Oop. Get back down there. Okay. Yeah, they raise a little bit when you put them in there. Weird. I'll put a little bit more glue in there, make sure that doesn't happen again. But then, you know, hey. Works with the flamers. Works with the heavy bolter. All perfectly magnetized. Maybe not perfect, but first time doing it, worked out pretty well. But we're not going to be working on this right now. I would like to touch it up, but first, I've been really wanting to work on this for a very, very long time. Ephrael Stern. And I don't know how to say this guy's name. It's like Kaigano. Now I got the comic for this. Like the big anthology comic, which has all the comics for there. Really interesting character. So we're going to try to put it together. These are the spurs. Now, I had to buy new clippers for this, right? I've had an old pair that I used to use, and for the life of me, I can't find them. I didn't throw them away. Like I had like a 3-set, like one, like one of them's like this, and then there's another one that's like flat head, and then tiny clippers. And I can't find any of them. Like I use them for like this, like kind of like maintenance around the apartment, trying to fix some things here and there. And they get misplaced a lot, and I can't find any of them. So I had to buy, well, I had to buy this for new, so I could fix some things around here. And I had to order this online, which came with a whole bunch more goodies, right? It was like $8. So, oh yeah, I threw in my old blade in there, but I got a new blade. Got something I didn't have this before, like a little stabby bit, and some files. And what is this, like a hook stabby bit? Oh no, these are pincers. That's going to be useful. So we're going to be using these. Got some new toys. Tweezers. I actually have some tweezers. It's like in the bathroom. That, but I didn't want to bring it out here because I didn't want to like mess them up. Like with paint, because I'm going to be using tweezers for holding these things when I paint them. So it's good that we have these. So we have 2 spurs. This for is Ephrael Stern for Kaigano. And they get 40mm bases. This for like the big chunky, like Terminator style size and units, but get them for them. That's what they get, that's what they get. Okay, so we're going to work on... Well, let's take them out first. I'm gonna take it out, work on Ephrael Stern, and then work on the next guy, because I don't want to take all these parts out and then kind of get them all mixed up. Let's see. Gotta be careful. Just cut off what we need to cut off. I don't want to cut off the important stuff. It's okay if we have a little bit too much on there. We could file it down afterward. Right, we've got the cape. And these, I think, are like terrain pieces that are supposed to be decorative on the base. It's back. I think these are just like the bricks. Like we look at the box art. Like there's just like some bricks there that she's hovering over. Excuse me. Careful around the sword, don't want to clip the hilt. Okay, you see we got a little bit too much plastic on the end there. We're gonna have to file that down. But it's better to have like too much plastic there than accidentally clip off an important part. This is her leg. Make sure I clip this correctly. Okay. Now this is kind of weird. Like they separated her the power backpack into like that one top piece to like the main piece. I don't know why they kept that separately. So that's like the other part of the backpack. Here's more bricks for the bottom of the base. Here's like the main torso part, or main body. I guess it's like a half torso and one leg and an arm. And more bricks in the bottom here, it seems. Now, I mentioned this previously in my other stream because I was looking at this. The fingers are bent, and I know I didn't do that. So, see if to get the camera to focus. Can you guys hear me? Oh, you hear me? Yeah, the mic's spiking. Gotta be careful not to be too loud. Okay. Focus. There we go. So you see that white on the fingers there? That's because the plastic got bent, and I did not do that. It came in the box like that. So I gotta be very careful around this because I don't want that to break off. Because if that breaks, it's going to be nearly impossible to glue that back on because of how small it is. Right, this is it's like an armor piece on the chest. Here's the gun and tassel, which I think goes on her back. And okay, if you're watching my stream earlier, I kept staring at this piece trying to figure out what it is. Focus. Okay, like it looks like it could be like the fire of a torch. Focus. There we go. It looks like the fire of a torch, and I was like, where is that fire on the base? And I kept looking at the picture. Like, no, that's her hair. That's like the back part of her hair kind of flaring up. And this is her face. Okay, I think we got all the pieces off the spur. I think these are called spurs. That's what I've been calling them. Hope I'm not wrong. If I am, somebody please correct me. Alright, we're gonna put that to the side. Now, I'm going to put the box over here. It's going to be like off camera, but I can see it. And we're going to figure out how we're supposed to put this together. We're using our old glue again. I'm sure it'll be fine. So let's see. This is supposed to... Okay. I want to make sure we do this in the correct order. Like, there's no step-by-step rules. You just gotta figure this out yourself. Okay, so that's the back piece. Then we stick the head. No, we stick the hair goes first. Yes, the hair has a little nub there. And then we stick the face in front of the hair. Why it's not fitting? Okay, come on. Go in the slot. Go in the slot. There we go. So it goes like that. Then we snap the face on there. And then... Let's see. The cape, I think the backpack will go first and then the cape. Okay. So let's glue the torso pieces together first. Remember, just a little bit goes a long way. You don't need a lot. Because then it's just going to, it's gonna get mushed and get pushed out everywhere. Okay, we're just gonna hold it like that for a little bit. Don't need a squeeze. Just gotta keep it together. Feel free to drink your favorite drink. Got some decaf coffee with me. Huh. On this camera over here, this mug is showing up as blue. This is not a blue mug. Like, you see in the webcam? It's black. And it has like the Choppy Crew logo on there. Why is it not showing up like that on this camera? What is the matter with my laptop camera? And it changed the color of my shirt again. That's weird. Alright, when you keep holding that gently, we're going to put a little dab of glue in here and put her hair, aka the back of her head, in that. Okay, went in perfectly. Let's hold it. Just going to wait for the glue to harden just a little bit. Like, this kind of glue doesn't go super hard. It's like a cement glue, which it stays kind of soft. Like, it still sticks together, but it's a little bit soft, which is why I think that's the problem I have with these magnets. Because the glue is soft, so the magnets are pretty strong, and when I try to put them together like underneath the tank, it actually started pulling against the glue. Oh, I forgot to shave off that bit off the sword. Let's see. Okay, that should be good enough for me to just lay there. Let me use some new blade I got. While holding that tight, you see this new blade we could shave off. Let's see if we get a closer look. Shave off this little bit there. Don't want to put too much pressure because I don't want to bend anything. These things are really sharp, so you got to be careful with them. They'll easily, you know, cut your skin open. So if you're a kid, don't do this unless you have like parental guidance, parental supervision. And if you're an adult, well, you cut yourself. Hey, I cut myself plenty of times with this thing. Don't worry about it. Get a band-aid. You're a grown adult. Okay, got that bit off. Okay, it's looking good. Like, it's showing a little bit of white underneath there because we just cut off the bit of plastic. That's fine. We'll just paint over that. Make sure there's no plastic dust on there. Alright, where was that lid? Here we go. Keep that covered. We don't want to accidentally get cut. Maybe just paste open. All right. I know the cement glue isn't completely firm, but it's firm enough that it's keeping things together. So we can move on to the next step. Let's see. Let's get her face on her body. Where's her face? This is her face. It's very tiny. We gotta be very careful. Use tweezers on this to hold that. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? I tried to clip it with the tweezers. It flew out. I heard it bounce around here somewhere. Oh man, I hope I didn't lose it. I hope it didn't fall off the table. That thing was tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Where did it go? It's not on here. Let's see. Check the floor. Oh, this is no bueno. Gonna get down. Gonna examine the floor here. You know, it's gonna be really embarrassing. It's actually like on that table. You can see it on the camera, and I just missed it. Already staring at it, laughing your butt off. Leon, it's right there. What are you doing? And I hope that's the case. I would much rather be embarrassed that it's right there in front of you than be embarrassed that I just lost Ephrael Stern's face. Well, while I was down there, I did find some garbage. I'm just going to throw this out. Okay, let me look here again. Did it go in between these paintings? I'm not seeing it. Did it bounce into my coffee, maybe? Did it look on here? It did not. This is an interesting way to start off the string. Well, hey, you still got the music to chill to, so go right ahead. Oh, keep looking. It's got a text. Oh, no, that's a Discord text. I'm going to check to see if it fell into my coffee. Alright, it was not in my coffee. So, instead of me just continuing to stall the stream, I'm going to put the rest of the piece together, and hopefully we find her face afterward. Just gonna move that. Nope, it's not there. Oh, I am very annoyed right now. Okay, let's try to get back into the chill vibes. We know it's somewhere in the apartment. Okay, did not bounce in there. Because I heard it like bounce around on here. I don't know like if it like popped up. Anyway. Alright, so let's get the power pack on there. Wait, no, let me get this part on first. Which is, it kind of slots into the back here, right? I'll get that upside down. Now, there is a little bit on here I need to shave off. I got a little bit extra plastic on that. Smooth that out, nice and flat. Now, you know, we get a file with that set I got here. I never used to file on my miniatures before. There's a few files. We use this tiny one. Relatively speaking. Where was it? Where'd I put the backpack? There we go. Yes, there's like a little nub still on there. I'm gonna flatten it, make it nice and smooth. That's pretty good. All right. Now, where's our glue? Here we go. I'm gonna put it in this like, it's just like a little indent in here so it can slot onto her back. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue on that indent. Is that the best way to go about it? I don't know. It's the way I do it. Get that upside down. There we go. Hold it there for a few seconds. Make sure the cement glue just kind of takes hold a little bit. Oh well, I'm just looking around the table to see if I can find that thing. The elusive face. Found it. We found the face. Excuse me. All right. That's good. That's good. Back in a better mood. Now let's get her face on. I'm going to put a little dab of glue on this nub over here. Remember, a little bit goes a long way. We're not using the tweezers this time. Use my hand. Beautiful, this kind of slots in there. Now, a little bit of the glue spilled out. Using a toothpick, just kind of push that glue so it doesn't glob up. Spread it out a little bit. So, focus. Yep, we got the face on her. Alright, now, we're going to get this backpack, the top of her power pack on there. Now, there's nothing to really slot it in there. Let's see, how's... There is a... I could kind of tell which direction it's supposed to go. This is a little bit trickier since there's no slots to like, or nubs to like connect it to. We gotta hold it there. And it's a little bit tricky. We gotta hold it and wait for the glue to take hold. And I don't exactly have like very still hands. Hands are a little bit shaky. Okay, come on. Am I putting on there right? I know there might be nubs on here. Hold up. Step. Supposed to slot in there? Okay, no, wait. We got it. There we go. Now, while I'm doing this, so you know, or just in case you're wondering, how am I going to paint this without priming it? Well, I am going to prime it. And if you remember from what I said back when I was painting the battle tank, it takes like an hour or so for the fumes from the primer to like kind of dissipate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prime this piece, I'm going to prime the next piece. I'm going to take it outside and prime it. And then, while it's drying, I'm going to touch up the battle tank. That's the plan I have at least. See how's the back supposed to look. Don't really get a good look at the back of the power pack. But wait a minute. Those things are supposed to be okay. Like there's a metal like grid. Not a grid, but like a bar around the orbs here of the battle pack, and it's supposed to be facing up. They weren't facing up before. It's a way to turn it a little bit. So that should, now I think that's right. Hope I don't have it backwards. I think that's right. Oh boy. Well, if it's not right, oops, it's not a big deal. Like, it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect the way they designed it. Yes, this is our piece. Our piece will look the way we want it to. And the way we want it to look is however I accidentally slap it together. That's the beauty of this hobby. The correct way is my way. Alright, so I think that's good now. Next piece we want to do is her leg. Now her leg is kind of like bent up. Let's see how it looks here. Oh no, it's actually her knee is kind of like kicking back. So let's see, that's the thigh. We want to, whoops, don't worry. We got it. Guess it's supposed to, let's see here. How is it supposed to be placed? I think, like I don't have to glue in it now. Still trying to figure out the placement. Because there's a slot right in here, but there's no nub here to go into that slot. So it's supposed to be, how does it fit? And I know I just said like the correct way is my way, but I want the pieces to like make sense. Because if I glue them in like awkward ways, like it might fall apart, like while I'm painting it, because everything's not like, you know, fastened together the way it was meant to be. I think that's the right way. Kind of fits that way. There is no slot for it, but it probably doesn't need one. See, the only other piece would be this. This is only for the front. This pistol goes in the back, but I don't think it's... I think this would go afterward. This one is tricky because it's really hard to see on the box how that pistol's positioned. Like the pistol's like right there. Like there goes the leg, and the pistol's kind of rests on top of it. So the leg would have to go first. Then so the leg will go here. Then the pistol right? I think the way I get I'm holding the leg right now, it's at a weird angle. But I don't know how else to place it. Unless if the pistol's supposed to go first. It's supposed to go that way? Okay, the way the pistol looks, it's like it's like perpendicular. Is it parallel? Yeah, I'm gonna need to put the leg on first. So let me go ahead and put some glue in there. There's a leg. Oh, wait, come on. We gotta hold it. Let the glue do its thing. Now this one's gonna be tough because the way we gotta put the gun in there, we might accidentally knock this this leg off if we're not careful. Okay. Now the glue is not completely set, but it is doing its job holding it there. We just gotta wait for it to do its thing. Let's see, can we get the cape while we're waiting? Cape's gonna be tough because look at that. The cape is like kind of flying up behind her. Now how we attach it? We don't have many connecting points there. Is that the way it's supposed to attach? Yeah. I think like that very, very small surface area is how it's supposed to attach. Oh, that's gonna be fragile. Maybe if you put the gun first, it might add some more surface area for that cape to connect to. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. Get the gun in there. Then we could probably like splurge a little bit more glue on there. Make more contact area for the cape. Alright, let's do that. The way the gun fits in there is kind of awkward. So this is her bolt pistol. I think it's just a regular bolt pistol. On the tabletop, she has a power where she could just look at an enemy that's within like a certain range of her, same range as a bolt pistol, and just deal damage with her powers. Like they gotta take a battle shock test or a leadership test, depending on which edition you're playing her in. And if they fail, boom, damage. Things like 3 mortal wounds. Well, in 10th edition is 3 mortal wounds, which is a pretty nice ability. And then you can shoot them with your pistol. I think that's how it works. I think you can still use the pistol after you use your power. Okay. The gun is holding there, but it's still really delicate, so we're just going to wait for that to dry up a little bit. Parts I'm really confused about is how to set this rubble. So when we put her on here, we just kind of like glue this rubble there. And then this extra rubble, like we could just, I guess we could just put that however we want. It doesn't have to be any specific way because I don't think it's attached to her. So boom, we just kind of glue it there. And that'll be it. And the extra rubble will just be for whatever. Now in the box, it does kind of show like there's like grass and dirt on the base. I don't really use techniques like that. Like I tried to put dirt on the base, but at the time I didn't realize there was like special model dirt you're supposed to use. I just went outside and grabbed some dirt from the ground and used it. It doesn't work as well as model dirt. It's just FYI. But I think just kind of putting it on the base will be plenty. But that's going to be the last step. While we wait for the glue to dry for the gun, let's see if we can get this front, like a, sort of like a belly plate for her. See how it's supposed to hang. It hangs this way, okay. I gotta be careful because I could put it there, but I'm gonna have to like hold it like this, and I don't want to knock off any parts in the back. Just gotta hope that the glue is dry enough to hold it. I don't think I have enough glue on that. I'm going to put some glue on here. Double up. Because I know I say like a little bit goes a long way. The problem is it's making sure you have enough contact. And I think the way the glue kind of spread on her belly there made it so there wouldn't be much contact with these two pieces. Like enough for the glue to actually do its work. No, wait, got it upside down. I got it upside down. Okay. There we go. That fits perfectly. See, the problem is like there's parts that are kind of like flying up, like there's wind coming up from underneath her, blowing these things up, but that's her power doing it. And other parts that are still hanging down because it's too heavy. And I get confused as to which parts are which. But she's coming together. See it? Focus. Focus. There we go. Man, I lost focus again. Okay, I think the gun is fine now. Let's get that cape. This cape is probably going to be like the weakest part on here. So we got to be careful. I did glob on a little bit of extra glue, but that's because I don't know how much surface area we're going to be able to get touching. Like, area's going to be enough. So I'm hoping we could get like, you know, have this touch other parts that it probably wasn't meant to. Am I not getting it right? And I don't know if I'm getting the right angle at this either. It's gonna hold it. See, I can only see one side to see that it's there properly, but I can't see the other side with this angle. It keeps moving. Yeah, it's not connected on this side. Like, it was holding enough for one side to hold it both sides, but this side wasn't connected at all. And that would definitely be a problem later on. Ay, Dios mío. The glue is like slowly drying and I don't have it set in a good spot, so I'm not gonna do its job properly. I've tried super glue on these things. There are positives and negatives to it. Now, with cement, it is a lot easier to work with super glue, and especially if you make a mistake. You can recover from a mistake with cement glue than super glue. Super glue, you really got to start scraping stuff off if you mess up. And if you get it on your hand, well, that's a bit of a process. Cement glue, you can just rub it off. But the problem I'm having here isn't so much the cement glue, is I don't know if I have it properly placed. Because like the cape connects at a very weird angle. And it's not just any scissors, this is Ephrael Stern. So this is the way it's supposed to look. I have to think with focus. See how the cape kind of flies up? But like in the back, like if you were to like, if you actually focus on the back, the connection between this fluffy cape part and the bottom part of the cape is like it's so thin. And you gotta be so precise. Is I'm having trouble getting it right. Like I get like one side correct, but then the other side's incorrect. Now I'm accidentally putting pressure on other parts that are starting to fall apart. I gotta be really careful. Yes, I gotta fix one side, the other side slides. Wait, is that good? Think I got it? I think I got it. Just going to let that dry. Don't touch it. So while we wait for that to dry, I'll put it on the base after that cape dries. So these are the extra like base pieces we're going to put there. We're going to start working on the second guy. Kaiganal. He's that elf guy, the Eldar. That elf. 40k is called Eldar. That's a good question. It's like I've been in the hobby for a long time, but I took a break from it from a long time ago. It's been 10 years since I've worked on models, and a lot of my equipment, the paints and my glues and stuff, are 10 years old, so they're probably not in the best condition. It's like this is like I came back a few days ago to work on this, a 3D printed Predator battle tank. You know, got the, like the parts kind of around here, and it was like the first model I painted in about 10 years. This is the first model I'm going to be putting together from a Spurs for, again, 10 years. So I'm definitely out of practice. This coming back to it, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to have a chill time, relax, and try to get back into the hobby. Ever since I played Space Marine 2, it just made me want to come back. FYI, I worked on Space Marine 1, so it was a little bit of a nostalgia trip playing Space Marine 2. Now, if these were metal pieces, like those old metal lead, I think it was lead that I used to make, super glue, definitely. This cement glue does not work with super glue, with those metal pieces at all. It works a lot better with these plastic pieces. And resin. I've only have like one resin piece that's like a Tau Ethereal, which is like, I think, Game Workshop's first resin piece they made way back in the day. Okay, this is his head. Let's not lose his head like we lost Stern's head earlier. Sweet, so you're definitely an OG. Wait, 40 years? What did you start with? Because it couldn't have been 40k. I think 40k started like a little bit over 30 years ago, didn't it? I think it was like late 80s, early 90s. I could be mistaken. I know Sisters of Battle came out in like, what, 93? 93, 94, something like that. But the original 40k, like Horus Heresy stuff, that was like late 80s. Or I could just have my time periods completely off. Because I know originally they only had Space Marines and Chaos Space Marines. It took them a while before they got Orcs. And by Chaos Space Marines, I mean just Traitor Marines, not really Chaos. That kind of came later. That's a sword. Now the problem I have with this model, at least for the tabletop, he has a pistol. He has an Eldar pistol. But there are no rules on the tabletop for him to use a pistol. All this guy gets on the tabletop is a sword. Like, he's pretty powerful in melee, but outside of that, he's a liability. Like, he doesn't get any extra abilities. I think in 9th edition he did. 4th edition, he doesn't get anything. If anything, he's just a meat shield for Ephrael Stern. Alright, I think that's all the pieces on the spur. Okay, gonna put that to the side. Rogue Trader 1st edition, but before that was Battletech and D&D. Oh, so you just meant like tabletop in general, not specifically 40k. Let's see, these are bits for the base, to make the base look fancy. We're going to put those here. We're going to work on the body first. So let's see here, looking at the body, he actually stands on these things, so we're going to have to glue him to these things and then put that on the base. Or we put that on the base first and then we put him on there. We'll just put the body together first and we'll figure out the rest afterward. So that's his front, this is his back. Slot in. Okay. Body just kind of snaps together like that. Then it's... Okay. This guy's going to be a lot easier to put together than Stern. There's a lot less weird angles in Stern, but I have a little bit of plastic sticking out there, so we're going to have to shave that off. Alright. Looks good. $30K plus years? Oh, you're not wrong. That's right, their first set was the Civil War. It was the Battle on Terror. I think that was their first set, right? A little bit of glue there. Make sure it's on the edges here, all the contact points. There we go. Just gonna hold that. Don't have to squeeze. Just holding it. Gonna rub off any of the stuff that comes out from the sides. Alright, let's get his head on there while we wait for this stuff to dry up. Wish I could read you guys a comic book while I'm doing this, but I only have so many hands. It's like, I like the story, but I'm not gonna pretend the comic was incredibly well written. Interesting stuff happens, but it could be a tough read at times. Like, if I wasn't a 40k fan, and if I wasn't such a fanboy of Sisters of Battle, I don't know if I would have liked the comic. So I am a bit biased for sure. I'll need somebody who doesn't really know much about 40k and Sisters to read that comic and get their opinion on it. But Stern's story, I think, is a pretty good one for the lore. But what does she do for the current 40k now that the Black Crusade is kind of like actually making progress? Gilliman is back. Uh, Cadia is gone. The Lion is back. And the Emperor might be waking up soon. This has been Stearns of the Emperor. Are we going to get a continuation with Ephrael Stern? Because she's on the search for the Black Library. So she could find, ways to defeat chaos. Like, she is the major enemy of chaos, but we haven't heard anything from her since the comic. It's more an RPG game in the first edition and went to the tabletop game second edition. Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Okay, we got the torso, got his head on. Let's get his arms. Now, he's holding his swords behind his back. Oh, wait. We gotta shave off some more plastic here. Like his armpit's kind of sticking out there. Don't want to accidentally shave off too much. I think that's good. Now, which arm is this? Oh, yeah, okay, this is his left arm, goes here. So, okay. Yeah, I think that's about right. I'll slide in like that. And this arm, gotta shave off a little bit there too. Would it go here? How will it go? I'm trying to just trying to see how it's supposed to look once we get it there, so we do this right the first time. Okay, because I'm not finding very good surface area connection here. It's kind of sliding all over the place. Oh, wait. Yep, okay. Forget out where we're supposed to go. We got a little bit of plastic here and here we got to shave off. Might be something for next year. The Emperor's Children makes their return to 40k. I can't wait to see the new model for Fulgrim. It's like, I am annoyed how they come up with the new models. Because I know they got rid of some models so they can replace them with new ones. Like, my favorite army is Orcs. This is a battle second. But when I got the rules for 10th edition and got the index cards for Orcs, I was really annoyed at what they did with the army. It's like a lot of my old units back from 4th and 5th edition no longer worked. Because now you need to buy the new units to make them work. Like the tank busters. Before they just all had rocket launches. Rocket with a K. Double K. But now for the tank busters, you got one rocket launcher, one orc needs to have the rocket pistols, another orc needs to have a tank hammer, another orc needs to have this. Each unit were required to have different weapons. It wasn't an option to have different weapons, it was a requirement for them to work. So it's like, oh, that unit doesn't work anymore. And then I'm looking at my other units, it's like, okay, these units don't work. I'm looking at my Space Marines, oh, Tactical Marines are kind of pointless now. I need to get Intercessors. I could use my Tactical as Intercessors, but they're tiny. They're on 25mm base. And I went to Forge World, found out that Forge World no longer exists. Game Workshop's bought them out and discontinued 90% of their models. So I'm a little bit frustrated with Game Workshops. They make incredible models, but the way they try to get you to buy them, it's an expensive and frustrating hobby to keep up with. Even my St. Celestine, I got the original St. Celestine, the pewter metal Celestine. That one doesn't work anymore because now her unit includes 2 bodyguard units, what was it, Palatines? So I need to get 2 other units just so I can use the Celestine on the tabletop. But the new Celestine uses a 32mm base, not a 25mm base. So now I gotta rebase him. Ooh, expensive hobby. Alright, let's get the arms on here. This one was, yep, it's left arm. Like, I'm starting to remember why I kind of took a break from the hobby for 10 years. So go ahead and hold that there. This guy's a lot easier to put together than Stern was. Oh, that held almost instantly. Okay, let's get his other arm. Now we gotta make sure the crossed swords don't dislodge each other. Okay, there's plenty of space. It's gotta rotate the arm. There we go, just hold that. I don't think I got enough surface area, like I didn't hold as instantly as other arm. Okay, it's on there now. Just leave it. Let it dry a little bit. Let's take a look at Stern again. Cape's on there. I am worried about touching it. Okay. Just light taps. I'm not putting too much pressure because I'm really worried it'll fall apart. Okay, the gun, cape's there, the leg. Oh, it's looking good. Let's go ahead and glue her base. Well, let's glue her to the base. Yeah, like I could understand them wanting the Primaris line. Well, one, money. That's the main reason. Like I think they're calling them the heroic models because they're the new Space Marines models. They're sized appropriate compared to like Imperial Guard. The Space Marines are supposed to be bigger than Imperial Guard, but the old models were like the same height. But you know, they make them all Primaris. All the old gen are being replaced, so now my Blood Ravens army is completely changed. My Sisters of Battle army, some of their units are being changed, but I still need to rebase them to put them on 32mm bases. My orcs, I'm just frustrated with orcs. I remember back in 4th and 5th edition, I had a looted wagon. In 6th edition, they took the looted wagon away. And now, in 10th edition, they got no tanks. They got the battle wagon, which is like their only tank-ish vehicle, and everything else are like race cars. They have no tanks, so the looted wagon I made, I can't even play as if. Even in the old Forge World tanks orcs had, completely gone. No longer exist. So like a lot of the army, a lot of the units I have my orcs, meh, don't work. And that's the biggest army I got. Got on the base pretty quick. How are we going to place this extra rubble? Well, first off, there's like extra bits of plastic on there we should cut off. We use this. Yeah, that was clean. Now, we technically don't need to put these rocks there, but I'm gonna. Alright. Let's get some glue on there. We will place you like this. And then the final bit of rubble. Alright, I will place kind of back here. Come on, come on. There's not much surface area for this one. I might need to get the tweezers out. Gotta be careful with the tweezers. It launched Stern's head last time. Wait. Hold up. I think there might be a bit of plastic sticking out here that I need to shave off. Yeah, no wonder it's not holding. It's not completely flat. Hold up. Let me rub off some of that rubber cement. See, this is why I like the cement. Not rubber. I keep saying rubber. The cement over the crazy glue. Super glue. It's like I can't do this with super glue. Because I make a lot of mistakes. Alright, you take care of yourself. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, got that. Flatten out. Let's get some more glue on there. Now we should be able to stick it. Hold it for a few seconds and then it should be good. Stand flat on there. I think it is. Alright, good. Stern is done. I'm going to set her over here. Now this guy, let's see. We still have his pistol to glue on. I believe it goes on his left hip. Tweezers, don't ruin this. Okay. Get that on his hip. Hold it. All right. Oh, that was quick. A little bit of pressure. Oops. A little bit too much pressure there. Slide it back, slide it back. There we go. Now, how's he standing on that energy thing? Let's see. Because I want to put his feet on there first and then put him on the base. And hold him on the head. Let's see. is it this way? Like there's no nubs on the bottom to indicate like if his feet could slot in anywhere. I think we just kind of glue them on here. Then how does this go? Oh, okay, no. This we put on the base first. I think I see what we gotta do. Okay, so the way it's like it's kind of flattened out there, that's definitely the base piece. And then everything else goes on top of this. A little bit of pressure, hold it. Okay. And then this, because there's kind of like some grooves in here, which I believe goes on top of this. Like it doesn't really slot in though. Or, oh, wait, no, 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 no. I think it slides in, not on top of it, but beside it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put that beside it. This thing, like in the box, shows like it's kind of... I don't know, like I don't know how they get it at that angle. Maybe this thing got bent in the box. But I think that's going to be pretty good for glue. Now let's see if we can set his feet. I'm not sure how flat, if it's flat enough for his feet. Okay. There's enough surface area there. We need to get enough of like contact between his feet and these things, and like it's not even. And that's what's giving us some trouble right now. Wait, he's tilting. He keeps tilting. I think we got it. We just got to wait for it to dry. Just kind of precocious on there, but it's not falling over. I think we did it. I'm just looking at it to see if it's going to fall over. If he's just going to slowly like tilt like some drunk guy and then bam. Well, he's on there. I'm kind of annoyed how much these things kind of stick out to the sides. It's going to be hard to like box up. Can I tilt these things up? I don't want to snap it. I think that's just the way it is. How did I get it to look like in the box? It's like it still kind of sticks out, but nowhere near as much as it is for me. I think I just got it placed differently than... now these things are definitely bent differently for me than it was for him. Oops. But I think we got it dry enough where we could take it outside. And I'm going to be priming it. So I can't take the camera out there. So I'll be gone for a minute or two while I prime these things. I'm going to leave it out there. And I'm going to come back and we're going to touch up that battle tank. So BRB. All right, that is taken care of. Just gonna leave it out there for a bit. Had to take a few extra sprays on there because the way Ephrael Stern was, we needed to, well, I needed to turn her at a few different angles. So to get like a, you know, behind the body, behind the cape, under the cape. So it's mostly done. Could definitely use some touch-ups here. I'm gonna put a little bit more red here because this red is definitely lighter than the rest around the body. Or maybe I should try to make the rest of the body a little bit lighter. But the way we can, but the problem is we can see a lot of streaks there, and I don't like that. Let's go ahead and touch up the tank. starting to blend in a lot better now. Once the paint dries, hopefully we don't see any more of those streaks. Let's get the other side. This side's not so bad. Still needs a touch up though. This bottle's missing red. Back here is a little bit lighter than it should be. Oh, the back, yeah. Because that was originally white. We tried to paint over it and got all streaky. So it's a little bit dark. Just spread some of this on there. Alright, now, I meant to do this previously, but it just slipped my mind. Clean that up. Oh, can't really see it either way. Okay, so for the heavy flamers, we wanted to do like an orangish color on these things. So let's go ahead and make orange. We don't need a lot of it. We have a... Oh wait, I should shake this up. Okay. Let's see. Dab of yellow. Dab of red. Now let's make it a little bit. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's plenty, there's plenty. Let's go ahead and pick that up. Smear that in there. Where's our toothpick? There it goes. Oh, I got paint all over my hand. It's acrylic. It washes off real easy with soap. Both soap and water, of course. Might have put too much red. Let's see. Oh, wait. No, let's mix it in. Let's mix it in. Yeah. Since I think red is a darker color, it might be overpowering the yellow. We should have definitely put less red in there. Get another dab of yellow in here. Brush a little side. Oh, getting a better orangey kind of color. Still pretty dark, but it's not looking as red as before. Getting some air bubbles in there. I think that's a good orange color. Don't want to get too much globbed on paint there. Yeah, we don't have enough paint on there now. There we go. It's a little bit watery because the brush is wet. Should have dried up the brush more before I started. Let's try now. Ah, much better. This might not be the best brush for this. Let me try a different brush. It's not really going on there in an even coat. Like I'm putting a little bit of paint on there and then I'm just gonna like pushing it around. It's not really spreading. Definitely gonna need a second coat. This is do what we can, make it as even as we can. get inside the corners here. Inside. Alright. Go ahead and let that do its thing. Dry up. Where's the other heavy flamer? Oh, it's right here. There's a spot in there I can't get with this brush. I'm gonna use a really tiny one. Here we go. Sneak in between these tubes. I'm getting Discord messages. Alright. First coat is a little bit sloppy. Hopefully we can fix it up with a second coat. Now we got all this orange paint, and we're barely using it on these things. We got all this extra. What else can we use this orange paint on? We got the last cannons. We got the heavy bolters. The last cannon's pretty much done. Like, heavy bolters are just flat black. Like, I do want to add a little bit more color to them. I don't know what though. Orange is definitely not something I really put on my bingo card for this. I guess we're just gonna have some extra orange. Maybe in a near future project we can figure something out to do with that. Just gonna clean up that brush. Now there are little bits of red I just noticed on the oh, excuse me. On the Whirlwind missile launcher. It's got a little bit of white in there by accident. I think it just kind of splattered when I was painting something else. Let's go ahead and touch that up. Continue to let that dry. Now, something I did not do with this entire tank is a wash. Typically, I do a black wash on all my models. This one won't be any different. Now, what is a wash? Well, it's water with a little bit of paint. I'm going to use this for the wash. Now, the point is, you kind of like drape it over, like just brush it over the entire tank. So the water kind of like seeps into like a lot of the little cracks and nooks, you know, on the model. And the little bit of paint you have in there just kind of settles in there, adding a little more of a shadowy effect. Let's get some water. Okay, get some water. Where's my black paint? Now I don't know if you'll do the same way with oil paint or oil-based paint. Because acrylic is water-based, so it's very easy for it to mix with water. Oil and water don't mix, so I don't know how you will do a wash with oil paints. I'm gonna mix that up. See, very watery. That's what we want. Let's get this is our bigger brush. Drench that and just brush the entire tank. Now this is like the last step I will do whenever I'm painting a model. It means like I'm pretty much done with it. Like you see these little circles, like we wouldn't even be able to see them right now if it wasn't for this wash. It's the way the white paint was kind of covering it all up. But the wash kind of like put a little bit of the black in there. Now we can see it. We get to see more details. Make sure we get a lot in the wheels here. See how the black's gonna settle in these grooves? I like that. A lot of it's gonna like evaporate and dry away. It's not gonna look exactly like that when it's done. But it will have that like that dirty feel. Like this thing's been through the battlefield and it's like hasn't been, you know, needs a car wash kind of feel. The bottom's not that important. We're not going to really see the bottom. But, you know, let's do that anyway. And, yeah, we just let that dry. Now let's do the wash on all the rest of the pieces. get the blast canning. Did I get inside the barrel here? Let's get inside the barrel. There we go. That's gonna look good once that's done. Alright. The Bailstorm, the Bale Predator Firestorm cannon. Yeah, definitely want to get the wash inside these cracks here. Inside those circles. That's gonna look good. When you get a little bit too much of the wash, you know, just pat it a little bit with the paper towel. Like I wanted to look, you know, like battle worn to use. I didn't want it to look, you know, filthy. There's a difference between, you know, battle worn dirty and just filthy. We never did paint the... Maybe we should paint the missiles here on the Whirlwind Missile Launcher. And you know what color we're going to paint it? We're painting it orange. Why? Because we get all that extra orange paint. You know, sometimes this is what dictates what colors I paint some of my stuff is, well, I got all this extra paint, I'm going to use it up. A smaller brush would be better for this. Let's get... We'll use this one. And this orange does not spread well. I wonder if it's because the paint's old, or is it like all that air bubbles I have in that paint. I don't know how we get the air bubbles in there. Was it from my Stern? Maybe. Didn't happen with other paints. Okay, clean this up a little bit. It's kind of sloppy. Yeah, after it's sort of drying up a little bit and we just sort of spread it out, it's coming out a little bit better. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't realize you couldn't see it. Okay, let that dry up. While that's drying, let's continue on with the heavy flames. Yeah, I'm not liking the way the paint job's working out on this. This is kind of getting all clumpy. It's like the paint is very picky on whether or not it actually wants to stay. It's spread, darn you. This is gonna have to do. Let that dry, and then we'll do a wash. Oh wait, we're gonna have to do a second coat in here. It's a little bit better on the missile launchers. I don't know why. Once these is both dried out, we'll put the oh, I'm blanking on the word now. This thing, what is it called again? The wash. We'll put the wash on there. And I don't know why my brain just kind of gave up on that word. All right. Close that up. Let me wash off the brush. It really bugs me that this camera's make my shirt blue. Honestly, don't understand why. Is it? What if I turn this off? This. It's closer to what my color is, but it's not correct. Unless it's more blue. Maybe it's that light up there. Oh well. Okay, let's see. Also wash, drying up on here. Looking pretty good. Got a little bit of grime in these grooves here. A little bit in those circles. A lot of it in there. Still drying off here. Okay, gotta dab a little bit. There's a little bit too much water in that. Okay, it's looking good. Grooves didn't get enough of the wash here. On here. Let's fix that. Okay, let that dry. Oh, completely forgot to do this piece. Set that here. And I did not do this piece here. I don't want to put the wash on the heavy bolters. Like, it's completely black. You're not going to notice it anyway. But I do want to add some more color to that. I just haven't decided what color that's going to be. Okay, let's get the wash on the backs here. I think the paint is still drying on the missile, so I'm going to leave that alone. This should be good to wash. And I don't know if we got the last cannon. I don't think we did. All right. Let those washes dry off. We are going to check. I don't think it's been an hour. It definitely has not been an hour, but I'm going to check on those pieces outside. See if they're dried up well. Bring the tweezers. BRB. I suppose I exaggerated a little bit on it needing an hour, but these are dried up. I mean, I kind of smell the spray paint, but it's not that heavy. Maybe I just spray painted the battle tank a lot more. So, so what I mean, like, it's kind of difficult to get every single part. Like, I needed to turn it a few times. Apparently, I didn't turn it enough times. But I got it mostly done. I mean, that should be good. This guy, I missed that one side. But I could take that, I could use that as an advantage and make that a gradient. So, I was thinking about starting doing the paint on these people, on these two, tonight. Looking at the time, I think I'm going to hold off. I think I'm going to paint these two next time I do one of these streams. And just make that the entire stream. There we go. So I think that's going to be the plan. We're pretty much done with the tank. Yeah. So next stream, painting these two. Hopefully, actually it doesn't turn out terrible. These two are iconic characters. Some of the more famous sister units. Well, at least at one point in time, they were one of the, two of the more famous sister battle units. Their lore kind of fell off after the comic. Like, they had a pretty good run. I really hope they bring them back. Let me put this away. Hold up. These tweezers actually got a... Yeah, that little snug in there, okay. And these clippers actually came with this box. It's kind of... protection maybe? Whatever. Snap that in there. So, that's going to be it for the stream. I'm going to chill. Going to drink. See what Silly is up to. And then I got to call it a night. I'm an old man. I got to work in the morning. I want to do the stream tomorrow. I'm not going to make any promises. It's going to pop up whenever it pops up. So just keep an eye out. Make sure you got your notifications turned on. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you like the chill mood. And I'll see you next time. Catch you later.